How's it going? It's Charles Botenston, and today we're going to be talking about. I need to look and find out how I can actually get the camera to not continuously autofocus. Is that the button? I don't know. Set. There you go. Maybe I just did it. I have no idea. Am I out of focus? Am I in focus? There we go. I don't know if I'm in focus or out of focus. Reset this. I don't know. I'm just trying to work this camera. I have no idea if I'm in focus or out of focus. Just reset it. Who cares? Just go back. Start the video, Charles. Tell us what you want to talk about today. Anyway. Oh, autofocus off. There we go. There you go. All right. That should work. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, so being self-aware. That's funny. So being self-aware. Why is this important, and why am I even talking about this? So self-aware is massive. This is something that you actually, okay, let's back up. When I first started in reading, I ran across this guy called Gary Vaynerchuk. And Gary Vaynerchuk said something that I didn't understand, but it percolated in my mind when I was showering, when I was just walking by myself. And he was so confident about it, and I have such a respect for him that I said, I felt like I wanted to write him an email and be like, what are you talking about? But he said, if you are just 60% of how self-aware I am, you will be successful. And I'm like, and this guy's very successful. He's probably worth, I don't know, 100 million. And it's unbelievable because I had no idea what he's talking about. Self-aware. I'm like, you know what you're good at? And then I read it somewhere else in a book. It was like, well, you know what you're good at, but that wasn't what Gary was talking about. Gary was talking about being self-aware, what triggers good and bad actions. So here are some examples. I go out, say you're a smoker. I go out, I start drinking, triggers that I'm going to smoke. Or anytime I go out with the boys, I drink too much. Or anytime that I wake up late, I don't go to the gym. So you're self-aware that if you wake up late, that triggers you not going to the gym. And you're like, well, that's obvious. But that's the thing is that if you want to go to the gym, you now know you have to wake up. And wake up when the alarm goes off. And another one is if I eat crappy at breakfast, I'm probably going to eat crappy at lunch, and then I'm probably going to eat crappy at dinner. And you're literally looking at it saying, well, that's obvious, Charles. That's innate. That's human nature. But that's the thing is, if you know that you eat bad, if you know that you eat bad at breakfast, you're going to eat bad at lunch and then eat bad at dinner. Why do you eat bad at lunch? Or why do you eat bad at breakfast? Why do you eat unhealthy at breakfast? So you have to be self-aware. So for me, one of them is if I wake up late, I then don't go to the gym, and then I usually probably don't eat healthy because I'm in a rush. But I'm self-aware knowing that if I eat healthy at lunch or breakfast and I go to the gym, I'm going to have an awesome day. And by the way, if I don't eat healthy and I don't go to the gym, my chances of having as great of a day as if I didn't go are very slim. So I go to the gym, I eat healthy, I have a great day. And you're like, well, that's cool. But the thing is, if you do that consistently, that's where success comes in. It's not just that one day. And the reason I'm saying this is because you have to be self-aware. And in all these videos, I'm just as guilty with triggering. Perfect example. Someone says, well, I eat unhealthy. You go to their house and you see Oreos, muffins, pizza, whatever. But what triggered that? So you have to be self-aware that if it's in your house, you're going to eat it. So the trigger is at the supermarket. So your willpower has to be saying, at the supermarket, no, not buying these muffins, not buying these Oreos. Because you know that if you buy it and you bring it home, you're going to eat it. So you have to know what your triggers are. So that's what he meant by being self-aware. Self-aware, this could be for fitness, eating healthy, relationships. If you know that you come home and you're not happy, or you come home and you go to the TV room and crack a cold one open, that your relationship's going to be suffering, dude, why are you doing that? Break that habit. If your relationship is suffering because you drink too much, you're eating unhealthy, you're not motivated, you're not starting a business or whatever, then break that unhealthy habit. If you're looking for a second job, I have a friend that's looking for a second job. Not a second job, he's looking for another job. I told him, I'm like, dude, instead of going home and going on the internet, your second job should be looking for another job. Your first job is going to your job, and the second job is looking for another job. That should be it. You should be self-aware that you don't have the willpower to look for another job when you come home and you start watching TV, or you start going on the internet, or you have a 12-pack or a 12-ouncer, whatever, or a glass of wine. It's like you have to be self-aware. So in areas that you want to change, you want to eat better, you want to become more healthy, you want to make more money, what are the things that are stopping you? For me, when I was eating unhealthy, it was you weren't going to the gym and you weren't waking up early. So I was like, okay, the result I want is to be healthy. What's triggering me to be unhealthy? Okay, I'm waking up late, I'm not going to the gym, I'm not that active. So I started saying, okay, what triggers good aspects? What triggers me waking up early? Okay, I can't snooze my alarm. This is another one. This is really important. This is what everyone suffers from, is they're like, well, that's my alarm. Well, buy another one for $6. Buy another alarm for $6 and say, listen, I'm going to put my phone away, put it on the other side of the room, turn it off, put it on airplane mode, because most people have an iPhone. If you don't, who cares? You can turn it off. Turn it off, and number one, turn off the phone. 2, buy an alarm, and don't snooze it. Go 1 week without snoozing it. I'm going to tell you right now, it's unbelievably invigorating to turn off your alarm and get out of bed. And it's really hard. But that trigger is then going to, that self-aware is that if you snooze, you're probably going to keep on snoozing, and then you're going to miss the gym, and then you're going to eat unhealthy, and then you're going to have a bad day. And then you do that consistently, you're not going to be successful. So my self-aware is that if I keep my phone near my bed, even if it's not my alarm, because I have another alarm, even if I keep my phone near my bed and I wake up and it's right next to me, I start rifling through emails, I start going through social media, I go on YouTube. So I'm self-aware that says, okay, I have another alarm, I have an alarm, I need to keep my phone away from me. Because when I wake up, if it's right next to me, I will do something on it. I'll, answer text messages, answer emails, put it away from me. Don't even look at it. Get out of bed, start your day. Because if it was right next to me, I would stay in bed, and it's easy to do that. So I'm self-aware that to trigger me to go to the gym, which then triggers me to eat healthy for breakfast, and then that triggers me to have an amazing day at work, I'm self-aware that I need to put my phone away. I'm also self-aware that if I eat crappy in the morning, a crappy breakfast, then I'm probably going to have a crappy lunch. If I have a crappy lunch, then I'm going to say, screw it, have a crappy dinner. And then, hell, next day, you're like, well, I'm so stuffed from the day before, I'm not going to go to the gym. And then you start repeating it. So you have to be self-aware. And it's just the way that I look at it and the way that you should look at it. And listen, I'm guilty as anyone. And the reason I bring this up and the reason I do these videos is to help you out, because I've figured something out that I want you to explore. And one of them is being self-aware. So look at an area of your life that you want to change. You want to start a job, you want to be in a better relationship, you want to make more money, you want to wake up earlier, you want to be healthier, you want to be more vibrant, more enthusiastic, whatever. So you look at it, then you say, why am I not being that? What is triggering me not being enthusiastic, not eating well? Then you say, oh, okay, it's because I don't bring my own lunch. Okay, why don't I bring my own lunch? Okay, because I don't have time in the morning to make it. Okay, but I have time at night. So your trigger, your self-aware is, okay, make my lunch the night before, so when I wake up, I don't have an excuse that I don't have time to make it because it's already made. So your trigger is to make your lunch at night, bring it, it's already made, bring it to work, and now you're eating healthier. Some people say, well, I don't have time to eat healthy. Well, that's a load of BS, okay? It really is. If you don't have time to eat healthy, then you don't think someone's busier than you on planet Earth that's eating healthier than you? Or I don't have the money. Okay, well, listen, if you don't have the money, then two things. One is eat less and exercise more. That's it. And then you're going to think of another excuse there. So you have to find your self-aware excuse making. Where does it come in? I don't have time for the gym. Okay, why don't I have time for the gym? Well, because you come home from work and you intentionally stay at work, so you have an excuse not to go to the gym, or you say, oh, I'm going to be with my spouse, or I'm going to be at dinner, or whatever the case is. Okay, if that's the case, then you go in the morning. I don't know how people go to the gym at night, to be honest. That's insane to me. I'm a gym in the morning kind of guy because I'm self-aware that I know that, and I know I've been overusing the term, but it makes sense. I've seen it in my life, is that if you're self-aware on things that trigger bad habits, you can stop it and trigger good habits. Oh, this is passion. I can go on forever for this one. But listen, think about it. This is extremely important. Being self-aware, Gary Vaynerchuk, worth $100 million, said it. It didn't make sense for probably half a year, maybe a year, and it just kept on percolating. I started reading it some other places, and then I started making sense. Oh, okay, being self-aware for bad things could be for good things. Okay, if I do this, then good things happen. It's like being self-aware, that's it. That's how you get successful. All right? So anyway, I'm Charles Botenston. Wish I can give you some more ideas. I guess you just look at the negative. You look at what triggers the negative, and then you try and say, or not try and say, then you say, okay, to trigger a positive, this is what I do. I'm Charles Botenston. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to the videos. I shall talk to you guys soon.